Hi YouTube, welcome to my video on how to play R5's hit song, I Can't Forget About You. The following tutorial will include the guitar riff that Rocky plays in various parts of the song, and the overall chord structure of the song. And I gathered the following information that I'm about to share with you by listening to the song a whole bunch and watching a lot of their live performances. So without further ado, let's get started. Let's get started with the chords. So on the album version, they play the song in F, and they play F, A minor, C, G, A minor, and back to F in that order, and they just play it over and over again throughout the song, through all the verses and choruses. However, when they get to the bridge, they play an F, D minor, A, and G in that order twice. Most live performances that you will see, they change up the chords by taking the song down a half step, which makes the F turn into an E. And your chords will be as follows: E, G sharp minor, B, F sharp major, B sharp minor, and E. And then you'll play them in this order over and over again, just like if you were playing the song in F. And once again, the bridge has a small change in chords, and you'll play a E, C sharp minor, G sharp, and F sharp, and you'll play the bridge chords in this order twice. I'm not going to spend too much time going over the chords for this song because they're so easy to look up chords these days using the internet or books or whatever. So I'm just going to give a little explanation of where I like to play the chords on the guitar. I generally like to play my chords as bar chords, and which would mean that your F will be a barred F on the first fret, and then your A minor. I usually play an open A minor here for this first A minor, and then you'll bar the E, whether you bar it like this or you play it like this, doesn't matter, and then a barred G on the third fret, and then I like to slide up to that fifth fret A minor, and then slide back down for my F. And that's how I prefer to play it, but there's nothing wrong with whether you like it better or if you're a beginner to play open chords. With an F here, A minor, and a C, then a G, then another A minor, and returning to F. As I mentioned earlier in this video, the bridge chords are different than your regular verse and chorus chords. So I'm going to take a couple of seconds to explain this right now. I usually like to play this once again as bar chords, but once again, there's nothing wrong with playing open chords. And if you remember, that would mean that we have a barred F on the first fret, and then shift up to a fifth fret, D minor, and then bump everything up to an A, and shift down to G, and then return to F. And they would play that sequence twice. I usually like to play the bridge section palm muted with my other hand down here, but that's personal preference again, and you can decide what works best for you. If you want to play along with a live version, you may remember that I mentioned in the chords section of this video that they generally take it down a half step, meaning your F turns into a E. That's a little funky. Anyway, this is true for most of the songs, videos, that I watched on YouTube to figure this stuff all out. Like, I know for sure, like, their Live in London video, etc. But you might want to listen to it once or twice to make sure that you have the right key. Anyway, let's go over the chords real quick. So you're going to have that E for your 1 or your beginning chord. And whether you play it, I like to play it open. Whether you play it with your first, second, and third finger or your fourth, fifth, and second, doesn't matter, of course. Play an E, shift up to G sharp minor by rooting your first finger on a fourth fret on the top low E string, and then it's G sharp minor, so you leave off your middle finger. And then B, I generally shift up to the 7th fret just out of habit, but of course you can use the 2nd fret B if you prefer. Of course it's the same chord, so it doesn't matter. And then from your B, move down to a F sharp major, so you will be using that middle finger. And then you'll play that transition chord again, which is the G sharp minor. And then you'll move back down to your E. The bridge chords are like in the F, it's different. And you'll play an E, C sharp minor, then G sharp, then move it down a whole step to an F sharp, and then you'll go back to the E to play that 4-chord loop again. And another thing I mentioned in the F chord section of this video, which you may or may not know whether or not you watched it or not, I like to palm mute the strings while I play the bridge section. And I think it gives it a nice difference rather than just strumming it the whole time, whether you add that palm mute and give it a new different sound or texture or whatever you like to call it. And that's it for chords. If you just want to play chords along with the song, you can, I'll leave links to PDFs or something down below so that you can have those chords so you don't have to memorize it right away. But you can just play that chord progression over and over in the verses and the chorus, and don't forget the bridge changes. But you can just play the chords over and over again. And yeah, I wish you happy playing. But for those who would like to continue, let's move on to the guitar riff that Rocky plays. For those of you who want to learn the riff that Rocky plays, both in the beginning and other various parts during the song, this is the section for you. And let's get started. Your starting note will be determined by whether you're playing along with the album version or a live version. And as I said multiple times in this video already, that when they play it in the studio or on the album, they play it in F. But when they play it live, they generally take down a half step so that they're playing in E. So that will determine your starting note. Your starting note will either be an F up here on your, what is this? This is the 8th fret on the A string, or it will be on the E string on the 7th fret. And that's all going to depend on what you want to play. Along with the live or with the album version. So we're going to play it in F along with the album version, and I'll post a little thing after this about just play it once or twice with the E. But the riff will be the same, it's just whether you play it up or down a half step. Okay, so starting from the F, you're going to reach down your 1st and 3rd finger down to the B and E string down here, and you'll play the 6th fret on the B string with your 1st finger, and your 3rd finger will be the 8th fret on the E string. And you won't play these all at the same time. You're going to hit the F, and then shift down and just play these two. You could even lift up your finger if you wanted, but it doesn't matter. I like to just keep the position. Now from there, you're going to shift down to the 5th fret, and you're going to use your 1st finger, the pad of your 1st finger, to make a mini bar of the B and E strings. Of the B and E strings, excuse me. And then you're going to shift it up and slide it up to the 7th. Sorry, the 8th. So far we have the F, Okay? So after you play this, you're going to use your first finger and come down to the 5th fret right here. And then you will use your 3rd and 4th fingers and place your 3rd finger on the 7th fret on your G string, and then your pinky on the 8th fret on the B string. And you'll play your top, your pointer finger, and then these two. And you're muting this string, which is your D string, with like the extra pad of your fingers, so it doesn't make that much noise. But you'll play. Yeah, just play these two. I'm not doing a very good job right now, but you don't want to be playing this E. But after you do this, you're gonna strum kind of these middle 4 strings, but of course you have this muted so you don't really hear it. And you're gonna slide up to the 7th fret, and your 3rd finger will remain that fret distance away from your 1st finger. So now it is on the 9th fret on your G string still. And instead your pinky will slide in under your 3rd finger, so it is also on the 9th fret. And you're still muting this D string with your 1st finger. And you kind of just strum this one, all 3 notes. So you start from your 5th fret. Pardon me, I didn't move it up enough. So apparently you move back to the F on your pointer finger, and then your 3rd and 4th on the G and B string will be on the 10th fret. And then that's the whole riff. He just plays it over and over again throughout the song, so it will end up looking like this. I hope I wasn't going too fast for some of you, but I'll also put a tab to this down in the description box, so hopefully it will be a lot clearer. But now we are going to, I'll go over with you some of the embellishments that he'll add. So for example, on the 2nd time around, he'll start the same, but then he'll add this. And there's a couple ways to do this. You can strum it down twice, using your strumming hand, and just placing your 3rd finger down, barring the 10th fret. So your 1st finger will stay here, and it will just, while still just plucking the E and the B strings. Or you can do you can kind of do one of those like hammer-on pull-offs things. You can do that by, I'm not sure exactly how to explain this to you, but I will show you to the best of my ability. Yeah, okay. It's kind of just like a hammer-on. It's just a hammer-on pull-off, I guess, with an extra strum at the end. Okay? Or you can slide it. But I find that to be a little bit more difficult, so I generally use it, the double downstroke, which sounds like this. Which I've actually discovered that he usually just does that too, But you can either do, I'll show you again the options, if I can get the guitar placed properly. I guess that's good. You can play the double down. I guess it's a lot more than double down, but anyway, you can kind of do the hammer on pull off. Or you can do a slide kind of thing. So those are your options for the embellishment that he adds there. But there are also a couple other ones that I'll go over right now. At the end of, I think it's like at the end of like the first chorus, when they're like when Ratliff is talking about like losing his keys or something. Yeah, it's his keys. Okay. Rocky does kind of a his sounds a lot fancier than that, which I think is due to more pull-off hammer-on things. I haven't been able to figure that out yet, but maybe someone out there will help me out by putting a comment down below, and I can cover that in a follow-up video or whatever. But you will go through the sequence as usual. But then quickly shift down to the D string with your first finger on the 5th fret. And then you'll shift up to the 7th fret, I believe. Yeah, 7th fret. Then place your 4th finger down, still on the D string, but up here on the 10th fret. And you'll hit that twice. Then lift your pinky. So you're still on that D string. This is 7th fret. Then move your pinky up a string, so that's on the A string on the 10th fret. And then place your 2nd finger on that F, so you're all ready to go and start the next sequence. So it looks like this total. Well, I guess I already showed it to you, but I'll show it to you again. So I'll do it in either slow motion. And then you're all ready to get going with your next sequence. So that's another one that I've heard, and I don't remember any of the other ones, but those are the two main ones he'll use, and he'll add that this one more times than just at the end, like. I guess I didn't explain that very well, but during the end of the chorus, when, or of the verse or whatever, when he first uses it, I guess it's, yeah, sorry, wrong key. Then when Riker starts singing again, think that it's coming back. That part, he'll do this thing again. So play along with the song and figure out what embellishments that you like. And if anyone else has any tips or riffs that sound cool in there too, leave it down in the comments, and I'd love to hear what your thoughts are about it. Now, for those of you who want to play along with the live version and play the riff, it's the exact same thing that you may or may not have seen in the album version, or the F, starting on the F. But it's the same thing, but you just start on E. I'll explain it here a little bit, but I won't go into too much depth, because you can just look in the F section, which I'll leave time links to that down below, where I go into it in a little more detail. Just be sure to take it down that half step. So when it's in E, it sounds like this. Sorry, I messed up a bunch in there, but I hope you got a general idea. I don't really want to talk through this one because I'm getting all the fret names messed up, and I think I'm confusing you more than I'm actually helping you. But I'll kind of play it slow and with limited fingers in the way, non-limited fingers in the way, so you can kind of just pick it up by yourself, hopefully. And of course, I'll leave a tab down below in the description to help you along too. So I hope you got a pretty good idea of what I just did there. But it's the same thing once again as the F, so description box for more help and the tab. Well, that's my tutorial. That's all I really have figured out and that I can help you with. However, I will show you a little bonus I figured out on the Acoustic for their acoustic versions, like their Hawaiian video, when they did a couple of their songs live in, at the Hawaiian resort there. But yeah, I will have chords, tabs, and etc. down in the description box below for you all to check out. And once thank you very much for watching my video, and I hope I didn't confuse you guys too much, but have a great day and thank you so much for watching. Okay, here's my little bonus section, like for their Hawaiian performance, which you can find on YouTube. But Rocky plays with his capo on the 4th fret, and I can't really figure out why that is. The only thing I can think of is some alternate tuning that I just haven't figured out yet. But it sounds almost identical if you play it with your capo on the 2nd fret. And your chords are really simple and as follows. The main chord is your D, which of course is your first finger here on the string name G on what is now your 2nd fret, and then a 3rd finger on what is now your 3rd fret, and then your 2nd finger tucked under your 1st finger on that 2nd fret. And then you proceed to play an A. And sometimes they'll embellish it by adding this pinky on the B string. And then you'll play an E. And I haven't been able to figure out exactly what this chord is, but it's the same thing as kind of like what the A minor was in the other one, the kind of transition chord I call it. It is a bar over your 2nd fret, like you're playing an A. I'm not very good at it, but like if you're playing an A, but you decide to bar it, that same kind of idea. It's the bottom 4 strings, but you don't play the E really. And then you stick your 3rd finger up here on your what's now your 4th fret on your A string. So it kind of gets this sound. I don't really know what that is, but if anyone could help me out in the description box, I would love that, because I don't really know what it is. I've just watched Rocky's Fingers a bunch and I figured this out. But and then you play those chords all over again. Here's a reminder: it's a A, then A, and then the embellishment if you want, then E, and then that weird transition chord I have no name for. So the fast motion, it would look like this. And then I haven't really figured out any of the riffs, but maybe there's another video out there somewhere. Or I might figure it out later and post a follow-up video, who knows. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. And I have lots of other R5 songs in my belt, so keep a lookout, and I hope I can post another tutorial soon. And thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.